Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to dive into a pretty dark psychological truth today, the kind of stuff you won't typically find in standard psychology textbooks. We're talking about who, or honestly, what, is really controlling your daily decisions. So ask yourself this. Do you really think the decisions you make, from the moment you wake up to when your head hits the pillow, are entirely yours? I mean, think about the last time someone hurled an insult at you. Did your hands start shaking? Did your face literally turn red? Your brain probably screamed at you to either absolutely destroy the person or it made you feel completely worthless. If you didn't consciously choose to feel that way, are you actually making choices, or are you just living your entire life in reaction mode? You see, this is the trap 99% of people fall into. We walk around in this illusion of complete control. But the reality? If someone presses a button with a little praise and you're instantly overjoyed, or they press another button with an insult and you spiral into a total rage, you aren't really an autonomous person. You're basically a remote-controlled toy. People push your buttons, and you just dance for them. Okay, so let's break down exactly why this happens. It all comes down to a massive biological glitch. Picture this. Your boss starts yelling at you at work. Your body doesn't know you're just sitting in a modern office. It freaks out and releases the exact same intense survival chemicals as if you were suddenly staring down a hungry lion. Your heart starts pounding, your hands shake, and boom, you are thrown straight into an ancient fight or flight response. But here's the modern dilemma we're all stuck with. You can't actually fight your boss, right? And you definitely can't just sprint out of the office building. So where does all that intense primal energy go? Since you can't physically release it, you're totally trapped. That chemical energy just sits there, slowly eating you from the inside out. And that is exactly what manifests as severe anxiety and those endless, paralyzing loops of overthinking. To break this destructive cycle, you have to realize something fundamental. An emotion is not your reality. It is definitely not your identity. It's just a chemical signal. Think of it exactly like a push notification on your smartphone. When you realize it's just a glitch designed for ancient survival and you treat it like a simple notification rather than an absolute fact, it literally changes the entire game. There's a massive psychological shift you need to make right now. Saying, "I am angry," is actually a pretty toxic perspective because it makes the emotion your entire identity. You literally become the anger. But the empowered perspective? Recognizing, hey, my body is just releasing an anger chemical. Notice the difference? It instantly creates space. It separates the real you from a temporary biological glitch. And make no mistake, this glitch is astonishingly dangerous. Roughly 80% of global destruction, murders, and horrific acts of violence don't happen because of some cold, calculated logic. There is zero logic involved. They happen simply because ordinary people lose control of their emotions for just 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds of an unchecked chemical release is enough to cause absolute devastation. Let me share a chilling true story with you. It perfectly illustrates how a tiny 5-second loss of emotional control can destroy multiple lives forever. You really need to hear this one. Picture this timeline. 0 seconds. A young 6 or 7-year-old kid suddenly runs into the street. 2 seconds. A car driver slams the brakes to save the child. 4 seconds. A biker right behind the car is forced to hit the brakes hard too. Now everyone is safe, nothing tragic actually happened. But at 5 seconds, the biker completely loses it to the chemical glitch. He loses his temper, aggressively demands the driver step out of the car, and by 10 seconds, he grabs a brick, strikes the driver in the head, and kills him. 20 years. That is the prison sentence the biker was handed. Really think about the gravity of that. For literally losing his emotional control for just 5 seconds, failing to cage that animal inside, he threw away 2 decades of his own life and permanently ended someone else's. Now, you might not be sitting in a physical prison cell, but failing to control your emotions creates a personal prison of its own. I mean, how many relationships have you turned into a jail because you spat out harsh, cruel words in a moment of anger that you can never, ever take back? Or maybe you've skipped the gym just because your brain sent a little feeling low notification, which ultimately led to a cycle of hating your own body over your impulsive reactions. The sad reality is that 80 to 90% of people go through life ruining relationships and blowing opportunities they can never fix, all because they lack a system. They just react. But I'm going to share 2 incredibly powerful, proven psychological techniques with you today, the exact kind used by elite negotiators, to fix this and finally cage that animal inside. Let's dive into the first technique. It's called the 4-second void.
It sounds incredibly simple, but trust me, it is deeply challenging and entirely life-changing. The rule is this: the exact moment an intense emotion hits you, blinding anger, sharp jealousy, sudden fear, you must completely stop. You enter a void, preventing any immediate verbal or physical reaction.
Here's how you actually apply it. Step 1, the emotion triggers. Step 2, you stop entirely for just 5 seconds. Don't speak, don't type, don't even move. Step 3, you gradually train yourself to extend that void to 10 or 15 seconds. By forcing this pause, you are completely denying your brain the oxygen it needs to force a stupid reaction. By step 4, your logical brain finally catches up and you've regained rational control. Master this and you become a total legend in your own life. Now let's move to the second technique. This one comes from an elderly mentor who taught this secret to someone who struggled immensely with a quick temper. It's known as the art of distraction, and it's absolutely perfect for handling situations when someone is right in your face, actively trying to provoke or insult you. Here is the exact breakdown. Step 1, someone actively provokes you. Step 2, instead of engaging, you forcefully ignore their words completely. Literally don't even process the insult. And step 3, you aggressively pivot your internal thoughts to the most mundane, boring details imaginable. Think about your exact bus route home, or what specific sweets you're going to buy for your relatives later. Now, I know it sounds a bit crazy to think about sweets while someone is screaming at you, but look at the power of this pivot. Doing this forces a complete mental reset in your brain. Psychologically, it instantly devalues the person trying to provoke you. They stop being a threat and just become annoying background noise. It completely diffuses the chemical glitch right in its tracks before it has any chance to control you. The crucial point you need to walk away with today is this: the most dangerous people in the world aren't the ones with big muscles. They're the ones who understand this glitch and cage the animal inside. True power isn't about physical intimidation or being the loudest person in the room. It's about trapping that raw and animalistic reaction in a cage so that you dictate your life, not your biology. By mastering these systems, the 4-second void and the art of distraction, you transform from a puppet into the architect of your own destiny. You become the master of your own mind. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. The next time someone pushes your button and your body floods with that chemical notification, how will you choose to respond? Will you be the remote control toy, or will you be the master of the void? Think about that, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.